It's really time for us to talk about the transition from trauma to finding independence to getting into a new relationship. I feel like that transition is not spoken about enough. Hey guys, it's me, the hobbyist. Really on some chill stuff today. Like, I can't sleep right now. So I figured I'd go ahead and get in front of this camera and try something new. Try some new stuff. I don't have any of my regular lighting on right now. This is just what I got to work with because I'm not about to set up the whole shebang. But if you're new here, thanks for coming. If you've been here, thanks for staying. Going through a transition in my life, y'all. I'm going through a transition in my life. For those of you who have been following my channel, you know that I am a divorcee, got 2 kids, got married young. I talked about it on these videos. I'm gonna put some links somewhere. But I'm now in a position to where I've transitioned to starting to date and put myself out there, and it's been bringing up a lot of trauma. It has been bringing up a lot of past things that I didn't know was issues, that is issues, and it's like, it's very healing. I think that we put so much emphasis on self-work and doing all the work to become your best self by yourself that we forget that, yeah, once you meet somebody, you're still going to have to unpack trauma. Like, the trauma, it stay getting unpacked, okay? It stay getting unpacked. And I think that getting into a relationship after having been hurt can be very beneficial, like, depending on who you decide to partner with. Luckily, I've embarked on this journey with somebody that is very caring and supportive and just open to accepting me as me. And, you know, we're learning each other, and we're also, like, on a similar path. And I feel like I want to put an emphasis on the fact that if you put yourself in position to be blessed, if you put yourself in position to be loved, then you will find it, I believe. Because I've done a lot of self-work on myself. I put myself, like, I learned how to love myself first. And I think that's the main thing that you need to do after you've been hurt in a relationship, is to really peel back all the layers and understand how you feel about yourself. Because however you feel about yourself is going to set the precedent for your next relationship. You know what it feels like to be loved because you love yourself first and fully. Throughout the process of transitioning from being a single person to being a person that's coupled or dating, we're going to be faced with, like, a lot of insecurities, doubts, like things from your past relationship. You might bring that into your new circumstances, your new situation, which is completely normal. I think that the best thing to do when you're faced with that type of emotion is to accept it for what it is. Okay, I feel this way because X, Y, and Z happened in my last relationship. It's not necessarily carrying on baggage, but just having a self-awareness that, okay, this is a trigger for me. And also openly communicating with your partner, like, hey, this has happened to me in the past. That's why I may react this way off rip. And I think that it also, that's beneficial for finding out if the person that you're coupled with or dating is a person that'll be healthy for you. Because if they're like, oh, you need to let that go, or, oh, you know, if they're down your throat about it or make you feel bad about it, then that's not the person for you either, sis or bro, whatever. I think that sharing yourself, being vulnerable, is a very necessary step in a relationship. And it may not always work out. You may find yourself being vulnerable with a person that isn't willing to reciprocate those feelings, or you may find yourself being vulnerable with a person that will potentially use your hurt and your pain against you. But I feel like putting yourself out there to be loved and have a relationship, you're putting yourself out there to be hurt regardless. Like, the only people that ever hurt us are the people that mean something to us. And, you know, that's just what it is. Putting yourself out there to love, it's no way that you can do that without putting yourself out there to be hurt. And I think we need to reframe the way we think about pain and emotional trauma. Like, this is life. It's cyclical. We're going to have ups. We're going to have downs. We're going to feel like crap. We're going to feel amazing. It's just what happens. But we're never going to stay one way forever. And I think that's what one of my biggest issues was during this transition from being in a marriage to being separated to being divorced and going through all those changes. I was selling myself a narrative like, oh, I'm never gonna love again. I need to just get used to being alone. And that was my MO for a minute. It helped me get past some stuff, but it wasn't realistic. And I had like a negative, pessimistic view on relationships and love where it wasn't benefiting me. So I had to eventually like, okay, come to terms with myself that, okay, like being in a relationship, being loved is something you do want. You are comfortable with yourself. You love yourself. But loving somebody else who also loves you in the same way that you love you, it's very beneficial. It's like nothing, it's nothing bad about it, you know? And I guess I've looked at relationships from a standpoint of like, oh, it's a hindrance or it's bad, but it's not. Like, if you find somebody that's equally yoked with you, that genuinely wants to see you do good, that genuinely wants the best for you, who cares for you mentally, emotionally, physically, that is nothing but a bonus in this life, because life is hard enough as it is. But to have your person that you come back to and you just feel at home with, no matter what's going on, like, yes, cultivate your own peace, but like having an addition to that peace is priceless. Having somebody that you could be peaceful with is joyous, it's beautiful, it's necessary. And not to say that it's like the only thing that we should shoot for in this life, like especially as women, like they sell us a narrative like, oh, a woman's purpose is to be the helpmate to a man, and if you don't have a man, you don't have a purpose. That's not true. Or if you don't have kids, you don't have a purpose. That's not true. We create our own purpose every day that we're here. We decide what it is that we want to do. Everybody's life is not cookie cutter. I know that I would benefit from a relationship and a loving partnership, somebody to be by my side and walk with me. I would benefit from that, but there are other people that benefit from total independence or having the ability to move freely. Like I decided to be a mom, which limits my ability to be like a digital nomad or something like that, you know? And stability is a big, important thing for me, because growing up I lacked stability. So like that's the only thing I've really been trying to cultivate in my adult life, is just a sense of like home and security. I believe that my desire for a partner plays along with that, because it's just like it can get hard doing stuff on your own, and not even like financially, but just like, you just want somebody to share things with. And of course, I got kids, I can share stuff with them, but they little imbeciles that they're young. They don't know anything. Not to call them imbeciles, but they don't know, like they literally don't know things, like they're learning. And it's cool to have somebody alongside me that's like, I can have a conversation with. I can talk to my kids, but it's not going to be about nothing but Blue's Clues and Ryan's World, whatever they like. But I think it's very beneficial just to, after you've been hurt, putting yourself back out there, putting the pieces together. And also I think it's beneficial to date around. Like, everybody that you meet is not going to be your Prince Charming. Everybody you meet is not going to align with your goals and your future. But it's necessary to put yourself out there to date these people so you can understand more, like what you need out of a relationship, what it is that you want, what you desire, and what you don't like. I think that I've really, like, in this journey of dating and putting myself out there post breakup, I found out more of what I don't like than what I do like. And that's equally beneficial, because if you see any warning signs or red flags, you just know automatically, okay, this is not going to work out for me. And you can keep it pushing, keep it moving. And I love to keep it moving. I love it. I love to grow. I love to change. I love to nurture myself. I love to do all those little things. Very inspired by nature. Nothing stays the same in nature. We go through seasons, ebbs and flows. And I'm appreciating all of it. Like right now, I'm telling y'all, I got a man, but who knows? And I don't care. If it don't work out, it don't. If it do, great. If you see this, hey boo. But you already know the deal. You already know who I am. You already know what's going on. You know the real deal. But anyway, though, just came on here to show y'all that I'm glowing. And I'm going through a season of change, and I'm getting grown out here. And look at how long my hair is. That's something to be spoken about, And I just appreciate you guys for continuing on this journey with me as the hobbyist. I appreciate you guys on continuing to be along this ride with me, because I don't really know where I'm going, what the fuck I'm doing. And I'm secure in the fact that I don't know what the fuck going on. So that's fine with me. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up because I think sleep is necessary. It's a necessary part of our lives. And if I don't sleep, I'm going to be tired. And if I'm tired, I'm going to be cranky. So let me go ahead and reel that in. As always, I appreciate you guys for sitting here and listening to me. And I like little chats like this. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about chats like this. Because if I'm looking for some advice or something, I go to YouTube because it's no guarantee. Like, it feels like friends in your head for real. Like, it's a conversation back and forth. And I appreciate that type of stuff. Because everybody's walks in life are different. And you can get a little bit of knowledge from everywhere you go if you look at it that way. And that's how I choose to see life. I choose to see life for like cherry picking things and putting it into my world and my existence and going from there and doing my best, glowing and flourishing under any circumstances, especially the hard ones, the hard circumstances, because sometimes shit be rough around this bitch. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. As always, it's been amazing. It's been me, the hobbyist. Peace. Bye.